Hello and welcome back to everyone on Football Zone and to a weekend review, reviewing the Premier League action from this past weekend and starting off a dramatic game at Tottenham as it finished Tottenham 2, Manchester United 2. And yeah, it looked like Tottenham would have the win in this one when they took the lead in the 91st minute after recovering from 1-0 down from Bumego. Telly equalising 84 for Charlton 90 plus 1, but no, De Ligt 90 plus 6 getting the equaliser. And I'd say Tottenham maybe edged it, but a draw probably the fair result. And yeah, Tottenham, that elusive win at home must have been so frustrating to let it slip through their fingers like that. West Ham 3, Burnley 2 was the score at the London Stadium. A much needed boost for West Ham, and Jeff Fleming gave Burnley the lead in the first minute before Wilson, Souček and KWP made it 3-1. Cullen got a late consolation goal, but in the end West Ham held on, and West Ham for me definitely deserved the win here, created the better chances even if it was quite an even game, and came away with the victory. So big confidence boost for West Ham going to the international break, but Burnley need to regroup and they need some points, as the Fulham defeated 2-0 away by Everton. Gay with the goal just before half time, and then Keane in the 81st minute made it 2-0. And good win this for Everton. They were the better team throughout, I think it's fair to say. And bit of a needed win, I'd say, because their form's been a bit mixed as of late. But for Fulham, I don't know. They have just got 2 wins and all comps in the league. But I just think so far, I haven't really seen much signs of them looking like a really good team this year. And I think, they probably need to get a result sooner rather than later. Sunderland 2, Arsenal 2 was the score at the Stadium of Light. It was Ballard in the 36th minute who gave Sunderland the lead before Saka and Trossard turned it round. But you thought from there, Arsenal, they don't concede goals, do they? You thought they'd see out, but no. It was Bobby in the 94th minute to get a point for Sunderland. And Arsenal dominated the game, but Sunderland, fair play to them, they stuck at it and got the result. What a start to life they're having in the Premier League. Brilliant result for them, but frustrating for Arsenal. Chelsea 3, Wolves 0 was the score at Stamford Bridge, and another comfortable win for Chelsea. Gusto, Pedro and Neto with the goals, and considering the whole situation where Chelsea are in, missing Cole Palmer, I think third in the league is a really good return for them thus far. But for Wolves, very disappointing. Rob Edwards coming in as manager. Personally, I'm not really convinced that he'll be able to turn the ship round. I just think they're so far gone. So very disappointing for them. Nottingham Forest 3, Leeds 1 was the score at the City ground, and it's Nemetra in the 13th minute who gave Forest the lead before Sangare, Gibbs White and Elliot Anderson from the spot sealed the comeback win for Sean Dyche's men. And this was a game which Forest really dominated. Good win for them, and I think there definitely are signs of them moving forward. Hutchinson had a good game, but for Leeds, I'm worrying about them. Daniel Farker, he's proven before he's not great in the Premier League, and I just feel like history could really be repeating itself here. Crystal Palace 0, Brighton 0 was the score in a not great derby or rivalry, whatever you want to call it, between these sides. Palace probably had the better of the game, but in the end, there wasn't a huge amount to separate the two sides. And draw probably the fair result. I think, both these teams in mid-table, they have shown potential that they can really kick on. Not quite as of yet. So I'd say both these teams would be relatively satisfied with it, but also, desperately would have wanted to get the win as well. So I'd say a bit of a mixed game here for both these sides. Brentford 3, Newcastle 1 was the score at the G-Tech, and it was Harvey Barnes who gave Newcastle lead in the 27th minute before Sade equalised, made it 1-1. Dan Burn gave away a penalty to make it 2-1, and he was sent off, and Thiago made it 3-1 late on. Great win for Brentford, dominant win as well. They dominated this game. I think really Keith Andrews really starting to prove the doubters wrong and doing a fantastic job. But for Newcastle, their Premier League form this season just hasn't really been up to scratch, has it? And another disappointing result here. Moving on then to Aston Villa 4, Bournemouth 0. A great result for Aston Villa against high-flying Bournemouth. It was Buendia, Onana, Barkley and Malan with the goals. And Semenya also missed a penalty at 2-0 for Bournemouth. But I would say there wasn't a huge amount to separate the two teams. I just think Villa were really clinical. Well, let's face it, Bournemouth weren't so. And on the whole, definitely a result that Villa can take a lot of confidence from. They're starting to look a lot better now, up to 6th in the league after a slow start. Bournemouth slipping down to 9th. And finally in the Premier League, Manchester City 3, Liverpool 0. Haaland missed a penalty early on, but he was on hand to put City ahead quarter of an hour later. Van Dijk then had a goal disallowed through VAR before Nico and Doku with the goals for City. And City bossed this game. I think it's fair to say they were great here. Really, really good performance for them. And yeah, they're looking really strong. I think definitely Arsenal's closest challengers. But for Liverpool, yeah, there's a lot of soul searching they need to do during the international break, because so far it hasn't really been going to plan when you consider the amount of money they spent. And yeah, before I go, I'm going to run through the England games coming up this weekend, this international break. Sorry, and yeah. I think England v Serbia and England v Albania, it's probably our two toughest tests in the group stages yet. So yeah, it'll be a good test for Tuchel to see where his team's at. Obviously not many games between now and the World Cup. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I think, with Bellingham and Foden back in the squad, it is the results you expect England to win. Hopefully they can come back into the team, because yeah, personally I've been really impressed by what we've seen from Tuchel recently. So yeah, hopefully that continues here and we look to gather even more momentum heading into the World Cup. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe for our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.